Hello friends, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Well, we've gotten through the first cycle, so now we can begin the adventure proper. We can go to the swamp right now, but we need to prepare. How much preparation do we need to do? I'd say about 3 days worth. There's a lot of things that we can actually do right now, and this is only because I have proper knowledge thereof, but there's a surprising amount of things that you can get done just before you even go into the swamp. So we're going to get started with that right now. Might as well get used to this now, having the masks back on the C button. Oh yeah, and the transformation that we can't skip the first time. If that ain't genuinely unnerving, I don't know what it is. But, first thing that we'll do is we will do the Stray Fairy retrieval. Because if you remember, when you visited the Great Fairy in the first cycle, the Great Fairy's like, if only you were human, I could give you my power proper. Well, we can become a human. So, we will go visit the Great Fairy, and we will get a reward there. And that will be the Great Fairy's Mask. Good for those stray fairies, because I do need to collect every stray fairy in the game. And hey, it's a good thing I got practice doing it, because I did just do a randomizer where I had to collect all the stray fairies. So here we go, we will return the Stray Fairy. I like how the Great Fairy here will just give you the health recovery and then tell you the thing to do. It's like almost a bit of a fake out. Oh Tattle, and you kind young one, thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. For now, this is all I can offer you. Allow me to ease your weariness as a token of gratitude. Well, I did need a little bit of magic back. So I guess that works. And then the Great Fairy goes, oh, by the way. Oh, kind young one. Scattered throughout the 4 temples of this land are broken stray fairies like me. Please find a way to save them and return them to their fountains. Surely they will add to your strength. Allow me to grant you something good so that the stray fairies will not fear you. And so begins the quest for the happy masks. I actually wonder how many masks I'll have by the end of this first 3-day cycle that I'm planning to do. Now again, I can go to the swamp right away and start the swamp portion of this quest. But what I tend to do when I play this game, and again, it's only because I have prior knowledge of all these things. I like to do a lot of planning and item acquisitions. So that just going to the swamp, I'm already decked out with a lot of good items. And then the rest of the quest will be much easier. There we go, that's our first full heart container. Alright, now I need to make my way to the Astral Observatory next. So, we will go through here. Oh, you've not done our test. Surely you've not got our code. Oh, is it 23154? Oh, you must be a member then. Okay, so we'll get in here. We gotta go visit the astronomer, and we gotta get another Moon's Tear. Now, I can't do the whole trading side quest right now, for obvious reasons. I do not have all of the items necessary to even get to any location outside of the swamp. But I am going to use that deed for a different purpose. Okay, so the only long range I've got is Snot Bubbles! I guess I should stay as Deku for as long as I can. It is faster to spin travel. Oh, we do get another chance at one of the best songs in the game, so I'm fine with this. Alright. Well, you're a child I've never seen in town before. Are you a new friend of the Bombers? I always say that it's important to develop your interests while you are young. You can use this telescope to look around town. If you're interested, give it a try. Yes, I will. So first thing, we are going to set up the Skull Kid and get the Moon's Tear. Good boom. A cool thing, and again, attention to detail. Skull Kid has different animations depending on what day it is. Like, obviously, Skull Kid's just being very playful up there on top of the clock tower. But if you get closer to like day 2, day 3, night 3, Skull Kid will be like, you could tell Majora's influence is really dominant, and it's like, get ready, I'm about to send this moon onto the world right now. Well, there's the part timer. Okay. Yep, this is definitely faster in the randomizer, and I love that quality of life improvement. Alright, you are successfully in. Alright, gotta go get the moon steer. I love that jump distance. And as you can hear, now the music is playing. So we are now in the regular version of Termina Field. I walk out there, there's going to be enemies, NPCs, objects, you name it, it will be there. Don't get that luxury of all of the rupee bushes again, but hey, I got a fair number of rupees from out there, so I am totally okay with this. Alright, so now we'll leave here. And then we will get a visit from Jim, and Jim will be like, hey, wait a second, I don't know you. How did you know the code? But then, instead of freaking out, Jim will be like, oh, you're good. How'd you know the secret code? Nobody but bombers know that code, so why do you know it? Listen, guy, you're pretty good. You managed to figure out a code that only we know. Now that's something. I like you. Now, I do like that this is one of 2 ways to obtain this bomber's notebook here. The other is you can just do the same challenge again with the balloon, and you get the bomber notebook again. Pretty good if you do need to relearn the code again if you didn't write it down. Okay, and we will get all the messages now. Alright, well, we got that taken care of. We can start getting entries into the bomber's notebook. And speaking of getting entries, we are going to come over here. Now, I do know that Gorman is busy with the meeting right now with Madame Aroma. So we're just going to come in here for a sec. We'll see the first part of this. Most of the townsfolk have taken shelter without waiting for the mayor's orders. The only ones left are public servants and committee members. Mr. Mayor and Carnival committee members, please order those who remain to evacuate. You cowards! You actually believe the moon will fall? The confused townfolk simply caused a panic by believing this ridiculous, groundless theory. The soldiers couldn't prevent the panic, but outside the town walls is where the danger is. You want answers? The answer is that the carnival should not be cancelled. Isn't that right, Mr. Mayor? Are you serious, Muto? It seems that giant chunk of rock above us hasn't caught your eye. At this time every year, we are overrun by tourists, so why is the town empty? Clearly, it's your job to ensure the carnival's operation, but that's if people are here for it. Don't drag the merchants and soldiers into this. If the soldiers wish to run, then run. Viskin, I guess. Yeah, Vysen, Viskin. I'm gonna say Vysen. We councilmen will stick to tradition. The carnival will be a success. I never heard of a defense unit abandoning its town. Madame Aroma would surely say the same thing, wouldn't she, Mayor Dotour? Let's not bring my wife into this. Alright. So yes, Mayor Dotour is an entry on the list. Alright. Please tell me I've got like... Ah, you just got into it. Okay. Hopefully soon enough you'll stop. Well, I guess we can actually talk about it. Madame Aroma, I am Gorman. It has been some time. Thank you for letting us perform at this year's Carnival of Time. Oh, dear me. Gorman, there's a problem. Meaning? The opening performance I've asked you to do. Ah, yes. They've cancelled. Just now. What's this? Allow me to explain. Oh, excuse me. I am to work at this year's show. Or that was the plan. I am Toto, manager of the Zora band, the Indigogos. He arrived this morning. Actually, there's been an unusual accident in Great Bay. And due to this unusual accident, Lulu, the diva in the Indigo Goes, has lost her voice. Why? Why? The details are quite long, so I'll spare you. At any rate, I must cancel our performance at this year's Carnival of Time. See? Then this means the Gorman Troupe's job is... It's off. But that's all, Gorman. There's always next year. I'm busy with other matters. I think that adds... Yep. Adds all of them. That's what another thing, too, is you get to see these really unique interactions with all of the NPCs in this game, just depending on what time you end up seeing them. And sometimes you may come across one that, like, you've seen that someone else hasn't. Like, that's the cool part. So we're just going to wait here a bit for Gorman to finish up the meeting, which should be fairly soon, I guess. I've got a good amount of time to burn until my next task, as it were. So I just need... There we go. So now I can talk to Madame Aroma. Oh dear, are you on a field trip? Oh, pardon me there. Or are you the expert person finder I hired? Yes, 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 I say you have the face of a pro. The characteristics of the person I want you to find. Yes, yes, I know them. The person I want you to locate is my son, Cafe. You know him, don't you? You don't? Really? He disappeared about a month ago. It's terrible. I'm so very worried. I can't get food down my throat, and I've lost 5 pounds. You haven't anything, though? Oh, dear. Well, could you look for him? I'll give you the illusion of choice. Oh my, of course. You are an expert. Well, I'm counting on you. And there's our next happy mask, the Cafe Mask. Wear this to inquire about the missing cafe. Alright, well, we can leave for now. We'll just make our way over here. Alright, let's go get a freebie bunch of rupees, shall we? Yes, the guards still won't let us out until we actually talk to them. But if we're a Goron or a Zora, that doesn't matter. Alright, we just come over here for this secret little chest, one of my favorite ones to find in town because it always contains a beautiful silver rupee. I'll take those 100 rupees, visit the Deku Grotto that is outside of Clock Town here. Okay. So we're gonna wait in here for a little bit. So we just gotta wait for Anju to take the meal up that her grandmother didn't want. As you learn through an interaction that Anju is a terrible cook. So it was a ruse to avoid not having the meal. So we will talk to Anju, and we will get the room key as well as set up the midnight meeting. Now, for any savvy player of Majora's Mask, you might be wondering, why the heck are you setting up the midnight meeting in the very first cycle? Well, it's one thing that I try to do on this first cycle, just so that when I actually do the Anju Cafe side quest, I don't have this both options to do, and therefore have to go through this entire rigmarole of a side quest twice. Okay, so we will just wait for the postman to come in. There we go. Welcome to the Stockpot Inn. Did you have a reservation? Yes, I do, for some reason. Mr. Link, is it? One moment, please. Mr. Link, I have you down for your afternoon arrival. Your room is our knife chamber on the 2nd floor. Here's your key. And there we go, we have the room key for now. You don't know why, but apparently you had a reservation. Please relax. There we go. And then, I might as well get the postman right now. So right now we get this interaction. What is this? I have delivered this to you. Wait, this letter, where did you? From the postbox. That's not what I mean. From the postbox where? From the postbox somewhere. That's not what I mean. Again, these interactions, just a level of detail that I love. So once they finish their talk there, Now Anju will be looking for Cafe. And it's like, you're also looking for Cafe? I have a request. Cafe, I have a clue that will help you find him. Tonight at 11:30, please come to our kitchen. We'll talk then. There we go. We've got the midnight meeting all arranged. However, I also have a room at the inn, so let's go and quickly visit here. And more money! Which is good, since I am just about to spend 100 of it. Alright. Well, I'm going to go into Termina for a moment. It is just about to turn into sunset, but that's fine. I got a sword! It's one thing I haven't gotten... Oh, there we go. Got a different one there. It's one of those things I've gotten so used to in randomizers that it feels weird now, because they have it set where the interaction between Link and the guards in human form is completely bypassed by default. Oh, got a Bombchew's attention. There we go. To the grotto! So seeing the guards stop me while in human form is kind of weird to me right now. There you go. Oh, what are you doing here? This is my secret storage unit. It's a problem if you come in here without permission. Please, I'll sell you a piece of heart if you just keep this place a secret. 150s. 150 rupees. Not 150. No good. In that case, you leave me no choice. What about one for 100? I'll take it. So there we go with that one. It's not that I don't believe you, but just be safe. I'm moving my storage. You hurry up and get out too. Ah yes, this cutscene is not skipped. I'm gonna have to get used to watching all of these cutscenes again. Or at least re-experiencing them. And of course, just spiraling in like 3 different areas. Alright, well we got that. Alright, let's go to south. A few things I can take care of there. First things first, the moon tier trade. Now, because of the events that I'm doing right now, I'm actually not going to be able to get the blast mask, which would be very handy as it were, but I do have a bomb bag, so it's not like I'm going to be without explosives. Alright, come on down! Now, I probably will end up doing all of the trade sequences in one go once I get to Akana. Okay, moon tier. You want a moon tier? I've got a moon tier. Here's the moon's tier. Don't know what a human will do with a Deku flower, but there we go. But I have a paper source. And if anyone knows what the term paper source means for this game, well, that paper's about to see some real dirty business. Alright. Well, that takes care of that. So we've got that set. Just got a little list at the side here that I'm just keeping track of. Because there are a lot of things that need to be done and keeping track of. Alright, so Ocarina, might as well pull you out now. And I don't have anything else to do at this point. I think, yes. Everything else comes later. So now we'll skip ahead to Night 1. And we'll get access to our next mask here. With Guru Guru. La la la. They said I was much too loud when I practiced in my room. They got mad. Now I'm sad. I'll just think about the past to keep my mind off the bad. Ah yes, I'll do that. Dear guest, long ago I was in an animal troupe with dogs and donkeys and such. Why could a man join That's because a man is an animal too, my boy. They were all great, but there was one thing I didn't like about it. Why was the dog the leader? Was it because something was wrong with me, sir? Oh, the dog was an amazing leader. He always had a stellar troop no matter what animals he had to work with. That's why I stole it. The dog's mask. I stole it. I wanted it because it was the leader's mask. But I no longer need it. I give it to my guest. The Bremen mask. There we go. The leader was a good instructor. His members matured quickly, and they became adults in an instant. So there we go. We got Guru all taken care of. All right. Well, let's just take a little look here, because we've already made progress on the Bomber's Notebook here. So we do have to try to do every task for every entry that is in here, and we'll get those special stickers on the side of the screen next to each entry. So we got that all to work with. All right. So, technically speaking, the next thing that is available for me to do is the midnight meeting. Because again, I'm not saving the lady in North Clock Town. I will be able to get the big bomb bag by the end of this cycle. Because if you recall, I did visit the Curiosity Shop. And while I was testing to see if I could get it as Deku-Link, the big bomb bag was there. So I can still get it. I just need it to be Night 3. But as you know, I'm going to be doing a bunch of things that go all the way to Night 3 anyway. So, hey, might as well, right? So I'm just going to do what I normally do here. And I'm just going to wait for time to pass, which it's still passing fast enough. But I'm just going to cut out all the waiting moments. Anju, it's very clearly not 11:30. Where have you been? But either way, I'm so sorry to trouble you late at night. It's about him. Cafe. I received a letter from him. Strange, isn't it? Getting a letter from a missing person. But there's absolutely no mistaking it's from him. It's clear to me. Please, here is my letter. Please put this in a postbox. When this is delivered, when he receives my letter, you should be able to meet him. Please tell him that Anju is waiting for him. And please, after you've seen him, tell me how he looked. I'm scared. I can't go. Can I ask this of you? Of course. We got the letter. All right. So now that we got the meeting taken care of, let's get this into my inventory before I make any mistakes. And it's Toilet Hand! Paper, please! Here, you want one? There you go. Yay! Oh, you saved me. Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised, perturbed, and freaked out if a hand popped out of any toilet that I've ever seen before, so, yeah. Who? Well, that person was added to your notebook. And you helped this being out of a jam. This was added to your notebook. Alright, well, that's another person I've successfully helped. Well, speaking of helping people, let's go to the next location, and that will be in North. Well, North Termina, more precise. Now, the thievery has already happened, so we will just skip ahead at that point. I always do like how the guard is looking down there. It almost looks like they're just nodding off to sleep. Which is still my headcanon, how this thief just doesn't stop Sakon at all. But here we go with Kamaro. Nope, come on. I need to talk to you. I am no longer part of the living. My sadness to the moon. I haven't left my dance to the world. I am filled with regret. Translation. I am disappointed, O moon. I have died. Oh, I plan to bring the world together and stir it into a giant melting pot with my dance. If only I had taught my new dance to someone. Spirit Dancer Kamaro to the notebook. Did someone say healing? And now we have the dance. Spread my dance across the world. Train its followers. Translation: I have taught it to you, now make it into a popular dance craze. With the Kamaro's mask. There we go, that's another happy mask in the collection. I am counting on you. No, wait, hold on. Let me get the voices right. I am counting on you. Translation: I am counting on you. There we go. Kamaro's dance has been taken into note, literally. And now we can use that mask immediately to get a heart piece. So we'll just take it this way, because it's slightly safer. So we don't have to deal with those annoying beach levers. Just go over here this way. And then after this, I believe the Swordsman School is open at night, so we'll just hop in there and do the expert course real quick. Alright, got the mask on. Excuse me, I would like to teach you this dance. And I do like that, like you hear the Rosa Sisters song as they're doing their dance here, so you kind of get used to the tune. But then if you pass by the north at the right time, you kind of hear the whistling tune of it, and you're like, wait a second, these two events are related. Alright, we have taught the dance. Thank you for teaching us those steps. You are our master. With a heart piece. And we get an applause and adoration. Master, you're so cool. And once again, too, so the Rosa Sisters will just stay here practicing the dance. And they'll be like, just don't bother us. But if we put on the mask, they're like, oh, Master, please come to our performance. I love these interactions with the mask. Alright, you are open. Time to practice the blade. Training Center has friendly, polite, 24-hour, one-on-one training that will noticeably improve your sword skills. I believe this is one of the first times they included a sword practice type of game. And I think they made it more mandatory in later games. Like, I can think of Wind Waker being one that was the case. Skyward Sword being another one. But these are just off the top of my head. Every other one, I want to say that it's at least mandatory at some point. But here, all we have to do is just do jump slashes on 10 logs. That'll get us all the points we need. Because the only thing that can get us perfect is a jump slash on each of the logs. And 10. And there we go. For our trouble, we get a heart piece. Cherish it well. Alright. I have a moment, so I do want to try. Oh, nope, you are out. And speaking of being out and about... Well, he's not out and about, he's actually asleep. But, I guess that was earlier in the night that I could have done that little, the Postman game. That's what I actually wanted to try to do. Oops, wrong option. Because the bunny hood makes it so that you can easily get the heart piece, but it doesn't necessarily need to be in your inventory. Okay, so now with that, just checking off my list of things here. Yeah, that looks pretty good for the now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it to day 2. And the next step on our list will be to visit a cafe finally. Now, the nice part is we can actually skip ahead a little bit, courtesy of a nice storytelling grandmother. Alright, so we'll just go into here, and I believe it is closer to 2 o'clock that the arrival happens, so we'll just play the story a few times. Sure, no one here. I want to hear the Carnival of Time. It's a good story, you know. A lot of people love it. Anju's grandmother added to the notebook. I will say that one thing I do wish was a thing with this game was that the Bomber's Notebook was incorporated with more NPCs outside of the Termina area, like Milk Road, Clock Town, stuff like that. It would have made things a little bit more fleshed out, I think. Now, that isn't to say that the events of what happens here isn't tied to any other area, but it was more of a... include a few Gorons, include a few more Zoras, include a few Deku even. Maybe a person or two from Ikana, like... They had potential. Would have been cool if they did incorporate more NPCs from other areas. Alright, so that is a good sound. That to me says the postman is out and about, ready to deliver the letter. Perfect timing. So we just come down here for a moment. Oh yeah, the frogs. I can't skip the frogs this time. I actually have to do that. Well, whatever cycle I decide to do Great Bay on, might be the time I do frogs, just to skip having to do a whole bunch of things. But there's Cafe. Of course, now the cafe is left. That automatically means the door is unlocked. And now we can wait in here. Now, I don't actually have to trade in the pendant that I will receive from Cafe, because at this point, everything to do with Anju is finished. Like, the whole thing with the pendant just keeps Anju in Clock Town for Cafe to come back to when you help him in Ikana. But Anju will not be needed for any other things, so I can literally just hold on to the pendant for the rest of the cycle and nothing will happen. Alright. Cafe. Green hat, green clothes. Anju wrote about you in her letter. It seems you are looking for Cafe. Can you keep a secret? Of course I can. Anju trusted you. I shall also trust you. I am Cafe. The Cafe we're looking for is an adult. When I look at you, I see a child. I was turned into this by a strange imp wearing a mask. But I'm not hiding because I look this way. When I was turned into this, I went to see the Great Fairy and the shrine near North Gate. But on the way, my precious mask, a wedding ceremony mask, was stolen from me by some prancing man with a grinning face. Well, you're just careless. You're like my partner. Oof. Before my wedding ceremony, I was quite happy. I was targeted because of what I had been turned into. Oh my, I pity you. I know Anju is worried, but I can't go out yet. I made a promise to her that I would bring the wedding mask and greet her. This pendant. Give it to Anju. Or not, you know. Alright, so Pendant of Memories is in our collection. I mean, I could very easily just go hand the pendant right now, but again, Anju's involvement in this has already been taken care of. So what's going to happen now, because I did not stop the Midnight Thievery, Sakon will come to the Curiosity Shop to do business with the Big Bomb Bag. And that's when Cafe will see Sakon, and that's when Cafe will then go out to Ikana. But that also allows me to do something in the laundry pool on day 3 as well. So, I'm just going to take a quick look here, make sure I'm not forgetting anything of major importance. Nope, everything seems to be in order. So I'm just going to go ahead, we're going to go this way. I'm going to make my way to Milk Road now. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Milk Road is typically blocked off by a boulder on every other day, but on day 3, the boulder will be gone and we can go into the ranch. Now, I'm going to come over here because I know the cutscene is going to happen when we come over here. I think. Yes. So, unlike when I came here before on the Zero version of Termina Field, we do get this cutscene. Which is good to show that you can tell Skull Kid was good at one point before the mask. Oh, I remember this. Tail and I drew this one in the Skull Kid when we first met him. He told us that he had been fighting with his friends, and that they had left him all alone. We get more backstory into his friends later. But for now, we get this cutscene. And then they're surprised. Skull Kid. Aw, they're keeping each other company. They've got new friends with each other. Boo! I'm sure it was because he was always playing tricks, so nobody wanted to play with him. But to do what he did just because of that? So here's a fun one for you with this, so they didn't have to create unique assets. I'm sure you might have noticed there. They took 2 NPCs of the Happy Mask Salesman, put one above ground with the bag, and then one above ground where you only saw the body portion of it. Because if you notice, and it was very brief, the bag still had the Happy Mask Salesman attached. You could just see the faint bit of hair that was still above the surface. And once he got his power... It's been a while since I'd actually seen that cutscene, since it's typically skipped. There, so we'll just get past here. Ah, the Takuri Buzzard. I still remember playing this as a kid. I did follow a guidebook for most of my first few playthroughs. Just, I don't know why, just having everything spelled out in a orderly fashion was nice to work with. The guidebook was very clear about avoiding the Takuri Buzzard because your things would get stolen. And I never wanted that, so I avoided that buzzard like the plague. Alright. But here we are now at day 3. So now Cafe has seen Sakon, and Cafe will run off to Ikana Valley. But we will go visit the laundry pool at around 1 o'clock. But for now, we are here at Romani Ranch. Quite an ominous view with the moon there. Now, I've said this before, that I do think the Anju and Cafe side quest is some of the best, like, character development, side questing, and whatever else you want to say in this game. But there's a lot of things that happen here at Romani Ranch as a story unto itself that I think it's a close second with this. Like, if you come here just on day 3 alone without having been to days 1 or 2 or done any of the events therein, you'd only see a brief glimpse of, like, something is clearly wrong here. Like, your horse is behind the gate, which first real question is, how did Epona get there? You've got Romani here who's like, huh? You? Who are you again? Like, something clearly is not right here. And then if you go in the barn, you can see Cremia here, and she's like, oh, if only I listened. Oh, I'm sorry. Right now, I'm thinking a little. My little sister. My sister, she... What shall we do? Our precious cows. If I thought it would come to this, then Romani said I should have... Like, clearly something happened. And when you come here on day one, that's when you learn the whole truth. Now, I can't do anything about this right now. What I can do are the side areas over here. More specifically, with the Bremen mask. So we'll take care of this first. So now we have to come to the Cuckoo Shack. And now it's time to march! See how well this goes. So what I have to do is get these 10 cuckoo chicks into a line, and we succeed. It's kind of a shame the cuckoo chicks don't show up on the map. I actually think that would have been a nice touch. There, so we'll just keep going this way. Like, the aliens show up on the mini-map when you're doing alien defense, but why couldn't the cuckoos show up? It would also actually be kind of fun to see the cuckoos following you in a line as you're doing the marching. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. Come along, little chicks. And over here. There we go. So one thing I kind of like to do, this is just for a personal touch, but circle around Grog here and just create a little circle of adult cuckoos. It's like, there you go. Now your dreams have come true. I don't really get it, but just seeing these guys with a crest and all, I don't have regrets about anything anymore. I'm perfectly satisfied. Here, you can have this from me. The Bunny Hood! My favorite not fierce deity mask in this game. Also a little chuckle there too. It's like Grog's just all depressed about everything, and then you just give him a bit of happiness, and he's like, you know what? I'm feeling it. Alright, Bunny Hood in possession. We can run like the wind. Oops, but I can't open doors faster. Alright, so this can help me get back to town a lot faster in the case I need to. So we're going to come over here to the dog race for a hot minute. Now this is something that I can wait to get the Mask of Truth to do properly. But if I get lucky, then I don't have to come back here at all. So for this dog race here, we have to pick a dog, and then all the dogs go into the race. If we get first, we get triple our bet. If we get second, we get double our bet. And third through fifth, we even out. But there are mechanics in place to decide which dogs do well and which dogs do not. Now, funnily enough, there are 2 dogs in this pen. Gold Dog, which I affectionately call Gold Richard, and the Blue Dog, which is Blue Richard. No surprise there. Gold Richard is statistically more likely to be good, and Blue Richard is statistically more likely to be bad. So everyone loves to go for the underdog in blue whenever that happens, but I think it's nearly impossible for Blue Dog to win. But if all the stars have aligned here, we've got a good Gold Richard, and this Gold Richard will get first place. So we'll see what happens. In order to get the Heart Piece prize, we need to have a total payout of 150 rupees or more. So for this bet here, I need Gold Richard to get into first and take home first place prize. Now I'm starting to see the 5 dogs that are doing really good, so I don't think Gold Richard is coming around from this. Yep, I'm not even making my bet back. Oh my goodness, Blue Richard beat Gold Richard. Wow. I don't know if I should be impressed or saddened. Okay. Now, thankfully, the what am I trying to say here? How the dogs are feeling changes after every race. So right now, Gold Richard could be in prime condition, but I will not know that until I do the race. So we'll find out here. But again, if all else fails, I can bring the Mask of Truth here at some point, and I can actually discern the dog's health and conditioning, and actually win the race proper. Let's see, Gold Richard, you are hanging in the back of the pack there. What is going on? Okay, there's 4 dogs in the front. If Gold Richard can come back from this, get 5th, I can try another race. Come on, Gold Richard. Come on, Gold Richard. Oh, that's really too close to call. Did I do it? I did not. Oops, I don't have money. Okay. Well, that just means I have to come back here at a different point with the Mask of Truth, and we'll do the race proper and get money, 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 money. All right. Well, that takes care of that for now. So we were going to, we'll make our way back to Clock Town. And we will go visit the laundry pool for the next part of the cafe item acquisition. Now again, this is definitely out of the realm of first-time player. Like, everything I'm doing here is just because I have all the prior knowledge of all of these events, and I know exactly what I'm doing, and I've taken the time to actually think in my head, oh, what would be the right way to deal with things. So we'll just keep moving here. Now, I could do P-Hat Grotto and Dodongo Grotto, but I'm going to wait till I get some slightly stronger equipment before I tackle those beasts' grottos. So we'll just get our way back into here. It is nice to have the bunny hood. Like, this is one of the big reasons I always try to visit Romani Ranch on day 3 in a first cycle before I even go to the swamp. You just get the best movement mask that you have for this point of the game. And it lets you get from point A to point B really quick. Alright, but it's not Cafe here, it's the Curiosity Shop guy. Huh? You the green hat kid? I got a message from Cafe. Now Cafe, I've known him since he was real little. But when he showed up looking all young in that little brat body, I didn't know what I was seeing. All it took was one glance at that Keaton mask he was carrying for me to realize that I was looking at my old friend. I gave him that mask a long time ago when he was just a little Cafe. Didn't know he kept it that well for so long. I'm not sure why, but I want to give this to you. And we now get the Keaton mask. Cafe's Mask of Memories. Now Cafe, he says he wants you to take this to his mother. Now this is the big thing that I was doing this whole setup for, was this express mail. So, there are 2... Oh, we got a moonshake in the middle of the conversation. Nice. So there are 2 ways to go about handing in that express mail, which is to either give it to the postman, and the postman will take it to Madame Aroma, and by doing that, we will get the postman's hat, or we take it directly to Madame Aroma, and we get a bottle with Chateau Romani in it. Now, funnily enough, I cannot remember from all the randomizers I've been playing if I can get into the milk bar without the Romani's mask on night 3 proper. So, I'm just going to park it here real quick, make sure there's nothing else I am forgetting, which I did just realize there is one thing I can do while that is going on, and that is to do the Keaton mask shenanigan, which is summoning the Trickster Fox and doing the quiz, and hopefully I don't fail. Of course, there's the postman there just being all like, I have to adhere to my duty even though the world's about to end. There we go. Oh, hello, child. If you are attempting to fool me, it is impossible. We Keatons can recognize our own by the sheen of our tails. But you are a good child. Let me put you to a test. Answer me this. Pick one of the 3 choices. So, naturally, this is stuff that you would learn way later in the game, but I know all this stuff, or at least I'd say 90% off by heart. So, Mikau is a Zora. What bad habit does Anju the innkeeper have? Quick to apologize, quick to get angry, quick to break into tears, well, definitely quick to apologize. What time does Romani, the ranch girl, go to bed? That would be 8. Trick question. She doesn't sleep. She stays up forever. What's next? Oh, how tall will the Festival Tower Carnival be? 4 stories? Whew. How many members are there in the Zora band, the Indigo Goes? That would be 5. Okay, we succeeded the quiz! I just realized we have 5 hearts now. Awesome. Alright, now that we've got the Keaton mask all figured out, we're just going to go over here real quick. And now we are going to turn it to night 3. So we're going to see if I can go into the milk bar or not. If I can, I am getting that bottle of Chateau Romani, because having an extra bottle for the egg rescuing later for Great Bay would actually be a great idea. But if I can't, Postman's Hat it is. And we can go in. Awesome. Oh, and we get the milk bar theme too. Another one of my favorites. Okay, so I need the cafe mask for Aroma to say, oh, you're that person who I hired. How is it? Have you found him? Well, I did find him. And here's a message. Oh dear, priority mail? It's from Cafe, correct? Correct? Wonderful, you really are an expert. Yes, I'm sorry. My thanks. Yes, it is your job after all. And there we go, we got a bottle filled with Chateau Romani. Drink it to replenish your magic power. Infinite magic. Alright. Sorry, at this point in time, I can only give you something like this. Actually, I wanted to give this to you sooner. Really? Alright. So with that, that takes care of the Anju Cafe side quest for this point in time. Now, I don't really need the Chateau Romani, because as you can tell, the world's just about to end. But I can make use of it. So because I didn't have the pendant, Anju does not wait. Or I should say, I did not hand the pendant over. Anju does not wait. So in this situation, if I do go help Cafe and succeed, when Cafe gets here, Cafe will come into the room and Anju won't be here, and, well, will basically break Cafe's heart. Alright. So now, we're going to wait for the Curiosity Shop to open. 10 o'clock. And we will buy the big bomb bag, and also hand in the Chateau Romani. And we will get a big bomb bag to our collection, which at the very least allows me to do things up in North Clock Town when it comes to trading in the big bomb bag to get the biggest bomb bag. And that all will at least let me keep the Blast Mask side quest to the side, haha, for future. So I do have a little bit of waiting here. I'm just going to go ahead, skip ahead just a tiny bit once it's 10 o'clock, and we'll take care of business with the Curiosity Shop. And 10 o'clock. Alright. Time for some bartering. Gotta look around. I'm doing a special sale. Check it out. Tonight's special bargain was just stolen. Came in seconds ago. This is really hot, I kid you not. Actually, it's something stolen over at the bomb shop. but a thief sold it to me. It's a bomb bag. Check it out. So we're gonna check the bargain first, and I believe that is that, okay, maybe that's regular bomb bag? I'm still gonna buy it because I'm not sure if this is gonna be the upgrade or not. I could be wrong this entire time. You got the big bomb bag. Okay, so that gets us, big bomb bag, 30 bombs. Oh, I don't have nothing else to sell. I kid you not. So can I buy something? Of course you can. Have some Termanian alcohol. And for that, we get a maxed out wallet. Just one's worth 200 rupees. Oops, I got nothing else for a bottle. So there we go. Well, that takes care of the first cycle's events. And as you can see, we really have done quite a bit. Like, we got 5 hearts right now. I'm certain I could have like 6 or 7 at this point. And we got a whole bunch of items. Oops, hold on. Hold on. What are we going to do? We're going to deposit, and I'm going to deposit 200. Like that. There we go. So nothing special for depositing 500. Alright, so with all these items in play, we've got a good inventory ready to go for what's coming up next, which, oops, I don't have Song of Soaring yet. I have Song of Time. So, we've got all the stuff that we'll need to start off our exploration of the swamp ready to go. So we're going to start ourselves a new cycle, and I'm going to pause the episode here. So next time when we head back into this world for the day 1 cycle, we will be heading to the swamp, and we will tackle hopefully everything to do with the swamp, because it's going to be pretty quick. Hopefully a few mini games on the side too while we're at it. Dawn of the first day appears again. Alright, so with that being said, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed all this. It had enough, I think at least had enough excitement going for it. It, again, really was just preparation, getting things all done, set up, mostly for the express mail, but there were a lot of other things I could tack on at the same time. So everything's all good to go. So hopefully you'll join me on the next episode when I head to the Southern Swamp. So until then, take care, stay safe, and have a good day.